everyone, this is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And I thought I would take this opportunity to discuss CM Punk's WWE return and why I think it will eventually lead to a heel turn. So, as we know already, CM Punk made his shocking return at Survivor Series 2023, and he came out on Raw the next night on the November 27th edition of Raw, and I was waiting and fully expecting CM Punk to come out, dropping pipe bombs like they were going out of fashion, and just spew out venom like there was no tomorrow. Surprisingly, we didn't get that. Now, from my understanding, Raw was going to be commercial free, so that meant no commercial breaks. I was under the impression CM Punk was going to open the show and WWE were just letting him have a whole segment to himself and just say whatever he wanted to say, really. That didn't happen. Randy Orton came out instead to open the show, which I guess kind of makes sense, really, because Randy Orton hasn't been on TV for well over 18 months, so I guess they really wanted to take full advantage of Randy Orton's triumphant return. So CM Punk came out for the last segments of the show, and he only got a total of 7 minutes. Now, obviously, Randy Orton's first match back in the ring on Raw was against Dominic Mysterio, which, by the way, was a very entertaining match, and it went on a little bit longer than WWE had intended. So, CM Punk, as I mentioned, only got a total of 7 minutes in the ring to cut his promo. Now, I got the impression that WWE were playing it very, very safe with CM Punk. And CM Punk's promo, it was decent, as you would expect from one of the best natural talkers on the mic. But I definitely got the impression it was very safe and very handcuffed. Obviously, he wasn't going to mention or reference AEW in any shape or form for legal reasons regarding Tony Khan, so that wasn't going to happen. But this CM Punk we got, obviously he's a lot older than the last time we saw him. He was very PG. It was a very PG CM Punk. Now, obviously, we weren't going to get rated R CM Punk or TV-14 CM Punk. I wasn't expecting that, but I was expecting classic CM Punk. He came out and said, I'm home. I missed all of you. I'm back for all of you. The voiceless finally found their voice. He was saying all these things. And I watched it and I thought, okay, this is a good promo, but this isn't the CM Punk I know. Not for a second. The CM Punk I know doesn't kiss ass. He doesn't suck up to anyone, least of all the fans. Obviously he's appreciative of fan support, but he was never a kiss up. That was one of the things I always loved about CM Punk's character. He was always fighting for himself and he always believed in what he said, and he never came across as a fake or transparent. That to me was what always set CM Punk apart from the rest of the WWE roster. He was very different. He always stood out from the crowd. But here, he just was just spouting out typical WWE dialogue. Oh, I've missed all of you. I love you guys so much. I just thought, this ain't really you now. Come on. I'm not buying it. Now, why do I think this will lead to a heel turn? Well, for starters, he's been gone a long time. Everyone knows he's made no bones about how he felt about WWE and about the way they treated him. And he was very angry about stuff that went on backstage. Anybody who's watched his podcast with Colt Cabana, he went into a lot of things about the creative, about certain wrestlers getting the spotlight, specifically part timers. He didn't hold anything back. Now, in terms of the heel turn, I know it's coming. Anybody who knows CM Punk's past or his history, you all know he will eventually turn heel. Now, this is a golden opportunity for WWE to make CM Punk a big time heel because you can use his real life anger and put that into his character. You could have him turn heel, maybe attack someone. I don't know, maybe Randy Orton or someone who's very popular with fans. And he could just cut this devastating promo about, I was right about all of you. You're all sheep. Nothing's changed. You haven't changed. You still push the WWE machine. You just proved my points. Yes, you may have kept chanting my name for all those years I was gone away, but you made no attempts to try and bring me back, or something like that. He could really go to town if it's handled right. Because as great as CM Punk is as an anti face or a face, whichever you want to call it, CM Punk as a heel is where it's at. That's where he's at his best, and that's where he does his best work. And his heel run from July 2012 up to April 2013, to me, that was his best work. He was just a killer heel. And the thing with CM Punk as a heel, it's not one of those heels where he tells the fans to go to hell, or, it's nothing like that of, old heels in the past. I look at CM Punk as a heel as someone who's got a massive chip on his shoulder, someone who, as I said, fights for what he believes in, and he speaks a lot of elements of truth because some of the best heel turns are the ones that are justified. It's not a case of, oh, I'm going to attack the biggest face in the company and get nuclear heat. Obviously, that works, but some of the best heel turns, I feel, are the ones that have truth in them and they're justified. Like, for example, everyone remembers when Stephanie McMahon turned on her dad at Armageddon 99, and she came out the next night on Raw and said that the reason why I stabbed you in the back, Dad, was because you had The Undertaker kidnap me, had the ministry go in my house and going through my personal stuff, and you was behind the whole thing just to get at Stone Cold. That's why I married Triple H, to basically show you that what goes around comes around, which to me was brilliant storytelling in terms of continuity. Or like Drew McIntyre, what he's doing at the moment, he's absolutely furious about the way he's been treated, and he's a heel. He's only been a heel for about a couple of weeks now, and he's dynamite. He's doing some good stuff at the moment. So I think with CM Punk, as I said, what you could do is bring some of that real life anger and bitterness, like they did with Bret Hart back in 1997. Just do something like that because I think this is probably going to be CM Punk's last shot. Because if he messes this opportunity up, I don't see any wrestling company touching him again. He could go to Impact. He could always go back to Ring of Honor. He's always spoken about how much he loves Ring of Honor. But if this is CM Punk's last go around with WWE, it's got to be different and it's got to be successful. And most importantly of all, it's got to work from both sides. Triple H is now in charge. Obviously, him and CM Punk are not bumming each other. They're not bosom buddies, but they're willing to put the past behind them and do what's best for business. And Triple H, for the most part, has done a fantastic job with the shows. So I think with the right booking, a good story, I think CM Punk as a heel, now that he's back, could be explosive. And we've seen what CM Punk can do as a heel before. I would not be surprised to see that again. But what I would like to see them do is not just randomly turn him heel next week, build it up slowly, and then eventually drop the bomb on the fans whenever that will be. That's my idea. That's my pitch. And, a heel turn for CM Punk is not a matter of if, it's when. Because we all know it's coming. As I said already, we all know the dark side's knocking on CM Punk's door. All he's got to do is open it and walk in. Let the good times roll. So that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What do you guys think? Do you think CM Punk will eventually turn heel? And if so, how would you book it? Would you go with what I said? Just use some of that real life frustration and put it into his new character? Would you have him maybe attack someone who's very popular, maybe someone like Randy Orton, perhaps, or Sami Zayn? Or do you think the heel turn should just come out of nowhere? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until next time, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.